welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy you're here. So today's video is going to be the first in a series that I'm calling Can I Knit This? I tend to get a lot of knitting inspiration from clothing that isn't specifically knitwear. That's because I like the challenge of figuring out how to recreate a certain shape or fit of a piece using knitting. Now, I live in Florida, so obviously I've been on the hunt for summer knit inspiration. I was scrolling on Instagram and Pinterest when I came across this picture, and immediately I wanted to recreate it. So today we are going to answer the question, can I knit this? So I sketched out the design already. I chose the blue and orange because I thought they would be nice contrasting colors. I'm working on a collection that has a very ocean-inspired color palette, so I feel like the blue and the orange kind of reflect that. So my current plan is to knit the blue section first, and then when I'm done with that, I'll pick up stitches with the orange yarn and knit the triangle part that goes underneath. But we'll see if that works. Here are the yarns that I'm planning on using. These are both Malabrigo Rios, and I've mentioned this before, but this is my absolute favorite yarn to work with. Now they are 100% wool, but I've used the Rios yarn before for summer pieces, and they're pretty comfortable. They're not as insulating and heat trapping as some other wools that I've worked with. They're actually pretty breathable, so let's get started. I'm just getting started with my cast on. I'm probably gonna knit a couple of extra rows so that I can fold it over and make a hem. I'll probably add elastic to the hem as well. Because it is such a fitted bra top, I don't want it to slide upwards when I move my arms around, and I feel like the elastic will prevent that. So this is how wide I want the hem to be, I think. It's not gonna be this wide when I actually wear it because it's gonna stretch. So it'll probably be more like this. I'm gonna knit just a single row of purl stitches. If you're ever planning on knitting a hem that you're gonna fold, always knit a row of purls so that it folds more neatly. I'll show you when I'm done. So I finished knitting up the hem section. You can see my row of purl stitches here. And then when you fold it over, that row of purls makes a really neat edge. I'm actually not going to join the folded hem right now because I want to add the elastic in at the end. So I'm just going to keep going, knitting up the bottom of the piece. This is what I have so far. In the original, the outer layer has a very deep scoop shape. To create a similar neckline, I think what I'm going to do is start by casting off a bunch of stitches that will go in the middle. And then working across the rows, I'll just gradually decrease so it sort of makes that scoop shape. Before I start doing the cast off, I think I'm gonna do some math to hopefully prevent frogging when I get to the end of this. Essentially, what I wanna figure out is how many rows it's gonna take to create that scoop neckline. So I've just finished the outer layer of the top. I haven't added straps yet. I'm gonna try it on first to see how it looks. I'm trying on the outer layer with a bikini underneath so that I can get a better idea of how it'll look with the triangles coming out. In the original, the triangles are more angled, so that's what I'm gonna try to replicate when I do the other layer. But this outer layer looks pretty much exactly how I wanted it to look. I'm also seriously glad that the math worked out and I don't have to frog anything. Yay! I'm just gonna add straps at these ends here and then attach it to the back of the piece. And then I'm going to get started with the other section. Okay, I'm back. It's the next day. I'm wearing different clothes. My bangs are a little bit greasier. And I have knit one side of the under layer. This project is really testing my trust in the process because this just looks truly goofy. Like, I'm starting to think that there's no way that this is gonna turn out cute, but we're just gonna keep going. I wanted to quickly show you how I knit this section here. All I did was pick up stitches from the inside of the neckline, and then I only decreased on one side because in the original, the underlayer is like crisscrossing in the front, and I thought that decreasing on one side would allow for a much more natural curve to go across like this. So we'll see. I'm gonna knit up the other side and then add straps. Hopefully this turns out cute. Again, I'm not confident looking at how it looks so far. My biggest concern is that this triangle part is not big enough to prevent a nip slip, but this is kind of the fun part of freehanding because sometimes you have an idea on your first try, you knit it perfectly, and then other times you might have to redo a couple sections, and I'm kind of getting the feeling that I might have to do that for this. A difficulty that I run into all the time is that I work a lot with negative ease, and it can be sort of hard to tell how a finished piece is actually going to fit. For example, this piece already looks a little bit long, right? But when I actually wear it, it stretches out to only be like a couple inches of coverage. So when I'm using negative ease, it can sometimes be hard to guesstimate how long or how wide I need to make a piece in order for it to fit correctly. Alrighty. So somehow I managed to make the tiniest bikini ever. I'm hoping that when I actually put it on, it'll stretch, but this is just looking really small right now. My current plan is to just add the straps and then try it on, and we'll just see where to go from there. All right, it's time for the reveal. I mean, all things considered, I think it turned out pretty good. Obviously, it's not exactly like the original. I think the biggest deviation is this underlayer part, but pretty close for the first try. I definitely want to try to make another one with some adjustments. To answer the question, can I knit this? I think I'll give myself a 3 out of 5 yarn balls. I think it was successful in capturing the general concept of the top, but there are some elements that I feel like I could have executed a bit better. Be sure to leave a comment and let me know how you think I did. Subscribe if you want to see more knitting related content. I post videos every Friday. Give the video a like if you enjoyed watching this episode of Can I Knit This? And I'll see you next Friday. Love you, bye!